Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and we are watching the sunset over Red Sky Bay. One of the things that makes that possible is the magic of Minecraft's chunk loading. Like, there's actually a cliff there that I cannot see or perceive where I'm standing now. Imagine that cliff is the future, and as I fly toward it, boom, it emerges and then blocks the things that I was already seeing. Thanks, future, for contributing to my ignorance of the sun. Well, let's look at it now. As much fun as it is to fly around, though, and look at all this fun stuff that we got, we got Ames District, life's not all about fun. It's not all about games. Sometimes, it's about improving things. And, I'm a big fan of how this Ames District has been improved over time. Like, this bridge with the spider webs and the iron next to it, that wasn't even there a week ago. I don't know what that is. That's like, what is this game? I was going to say, I do actually, now, even though life is not all about fun and games, I do want to go play this game, because whatever it is seems interesting. Does this open? Okay, well, clearly I have no actual direct understanding of any of this mechanism, and I therefore will not improve it by just tampering with it. We're going to, have our own little non-tamperance movement, and we're going to leave this be, and we're going to go do our own work. And we have a lot to do, specifically in the nether. Looks like if we hop in this portal, see, here we are, Gaming District. And, oh look, we are conveniently adjacent Joe Hill's little nether area here. But look at this. We have so many blocks full, or chests full of blocks. We need to clear those out. So I was thinking, like, well, one of the reasons I never did that was I didn't have a good way to move a whole bunch of netherrack at once. And suddenly I do. So let's go ahead and put some of the stuff that we want to leave in the nether. Like stuff that we might want for this build. We'll put in here. And then we'll take other stuff back out. Like, I don't know, a ton of netherrack. And we'll just kind of shove some of that in these chests. And eventually we can kind of get this sorted to some degree or another. So, I'm going to go ahead and start taking these big old boxes of netherrack and moving them to my base overland, or in the overworld. Is that what we call it, the overworld? I guess we call this the overworld. Because, like, it's a rainy day. Oh, hey, it's not a rainy day anymore. Dang it, I was like, oh, it's raining now, and I should do something in the nether to be constructive. But now, instead, I'm just randomly moving a whole bunch of boxes. In retrospect, I'm probably going to need more boxes than these to hold all the netherrack. So we might have to rework our chest situation here as well. But anyway, I'm going to go think about that for a minute or two. Time skip. Around here at Red Sky Bay, we believe every opportunity to clean something up is an opportunity to procrastinate as well. So in the process of moving a bunch of that netherrack, I kind of realized, oh man, I've got a bunch of extra stone bricks in this chest that I want to put netherrack in. To me, that means, Joe, take the stone bricks out of the chest full of netherrack, and then just go work on your wall. You know what? Like, this wall looks kind of dumb right now, right? If I step back, actually. Like, let's just give it a little distance. You can kind of see, like, oh, this wall's supposed to be a whole 3 meters wide. It's not. This portcullis here is actually supposed to be a lot more impressive looking. It's not. Why don't we just come through here, fix this portcullis, fix all the pieces at the same time, right? Boom. Just start working on this. Look, we're already doing a little bit better, but we can do a lot better. And so I'm just going to kind of come through here like so. Maybe do a little bit of work around this castle. Now, one thing I was thinking too was like, oh, if I've got all these extra stone bricks, maybe I should redo the lip around the castle there to make the walkway prettier or whatever. But, I'm kind of, when I think about it, I actually really kind of like the open to the skyness of this. Like, the walls feel less patrollable, but there's just, I don't know, I like them better without the stone frame. But I also acknowledge that they look a lot less like they're walkable castle walls without it. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna kind of square those two things, because What is Minecraft about, if not squaring things? I don't know. Gotta figure that out. Maybe I'll just, like, maybe if I use stair blocks or something, it would make it feel more transitional. Like, I was thinking another possibility is to only do the walkway blocks on the interior and not on the exterior, so we still have the same cool look and feel from the outside, but without sacrifice, and we'd sacrifice a little bit on the inside to make the walkways work, but the exterior views of the castle would be fine. But, like, really, for players are gonna be on the inside of the castle walls most of the time. So if we're thinking about putting the walkway only on the inside so the walls look better from the outside, maybe we should just scratch that and reverse it and put the walkways only on the outside so they look awesome from the inside, right? See, there's a whole thing here where we gotta go like, I don't know, man, it's a lot of different ways to look at this. You know, another possibility is just to not have it look like you're supposed to walk up there, but, I mean, in theory, players should be able to look at something and understand whether or not they can reach it. And I want them to look at it and think, yeah, this is a good place. If we need to move around the castle, one option we have is to actually walk all the way around the perimeter on the walls. Now, there might be things prowling out there for them, but, you know, who knows? This is so much more satisfying than just putting these blocks in a chest. Because, like, if I just put these in a chest, then what would I have to show for it? I guess one less chest of misplaced blocks in a different part of the castle. Now we can kind of swoop up here, spin around, and hey, that wall's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm realizing, too, we also have a gap right here we're going to need to fix. Whoa. By smacking our heads into that pretty aggressively, maybe not the best option. But, you know, as I was thinking about it, I've actually got a couple stories about things that have gone on lately, conversations I've had with my daughter that I enjoyed, I wanted to share with you. So the first one was when we were on vacation. One night we stayed at a different house because of a relative's birthday party, and my daughter had to sleep on the couch downstairs, and she just kept waking me up. I was upstairs in like this loft thing, and there's like this tiny spiral staircase that I would have to climb down and then climb back up. Every time she's like, Daddy, I need this. Daddy, I need that. I'm thirsty. I need another blanket. I don't like this pillow. Can I have a different pillow? Everything. And everybody else in the house is asleep, and I'm trying to keep her quiet. Because, like, really, I don't mind too much if she, you know, at home, like, as long as she's not waking up my wife, I don't really care. But when we're in a house full of people, I really have to make sure at night that she's not complaining too much, or, like, so loudly that she's bothering people. So normally I'd be kind of like, get it yourself, whatever. But she doesn't know where anything is. It's not her house, whatever. So I'm trying to be helpful. After going up and down the stairs so many times, eventually I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna... She goes, Daddy, I'm scared. I'm scared of all the decorations. Because there's, like, streamers and paper lanterns and stuff all over the living room. And I'm like, well, Corinne, here's what we'll do. I'll just stay down here on the other couch until you fall asleep, until you feel better. So, you know, you don't have to be scared. She's like, okay. And, you know, finally she just kind of rests, like, puts her head down, and I'm looking over at her from the other couch. I'm like, okay, I think I've nailed this. There's nothing left for her to complain about. Like, I've done it all. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes, and I'm gonna go right back to sleep because I'm exhausted. Everybody else is exhausted. Everybody else is asleep except for me and Corinne. And so she looks like she's about to go to sleep. And 40 seconds after she stops talking, the paper lantern directly above her head, like, just goes boop, straight down onto her face. Now, this paper lantern doesn't weigh anything, but I'm just, like, I'm about to freak out laughing, like, crazy loud. And she's like, Daddy, the lantern hit me. And I'm like, I know. And I'm, like, trying not to laugh and wake everybody up, because I was like, I have worked like crazy to not wake everybody up for the last hour of going up and down these stupid little spiral staircase, and now I'm gonna ruin it all by laughing insanely loudly. at this lantern hitting her. But anyway, it was just kind of one of those things where, you know, I went over there and I made sure she wasn't actually hurt or whatever, and she wasn't. Because, like I said, the thing weighed nothing. I knew she was fine, but I checked anyway, because I'm a good father. But, yeah, it was just kind of a funny thing that I thought was great. So, let's see. Oh, and another good interaction that we had was, you know, we've got PAX South coming up next weekend. And so I said, hey, Corinne, do you want to see any people play Dungeons & Dragons at PAX South? Because they do, like, for those of you guys who don't know, like Acquisitions Incorporated or Dice Camera Action, things like that, actually do really big, like, on-stage Dungeons & Dragons games. And it's really fun to watch. So anyway, my daughter, she looks at me and she goes, do they put square pieces around their faces when they play? And I look at her and I'm like, okay, sometimes with kids they ask questions and you don't, like, maybe you misheard them. And I'm just kind of like, what was that? Could you ask me that again a little bit louder? I don't think I understood it. I found that asking them to be louder is a lot easier than asking kids to be clearer sometimes. Because if you say, like, I didn't understand those words, maybe you were, because you were talking like a baby. It's like, no, but kids tend to enunciate better when they're louder. So, you know, I asked her to be louder, and she says the thing again. Daddy, are they going to put square pieces around their faces when they play Dungeons & Dragons? And I'm just thinking about this, and I can't, and I'm like, what could this mean? And then I realized, like, okay, with Dice Camera Action, when I watch it on the iPad, all of the people have their own webcams with, like, a square frame around them with the name of the character. And I said, do you mean, like, the squares around their faces when we watch it on the iPad? She's like, yeah, those square pieces. How are they going to do those at PAX South? And I said, well, they're just gonna, they don't do those when they play in a theater. They just sit at the front of the theater at a regular table. And she's just like, a table? No, Daddy, I only want to go see a real show. And that was it. She does not want to go see Dungeons & Dragons at PAX South now, because apparently they don't put square pieces around their faces the way she wants. Which, it's actually a good cosplay idea. If you were going to cosplay as a D&D character from one of these shows, you could actually do it with, like, a poster board square, like, suspended on wire in front of you with the name of the character. So that also, when people were like, hey, who are you? Who's your costume supposed to be? You could be like, I'm a Diath, a human rogue, or whatever. You can tell because it says Diath, human rogue, level 10 on the frame thing. Like, I don't know. There's something interesting about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and just keep chipping away at this inventory thing, because we have so much inventory and so little time. Time skip. Well, I've taken the time to empty several of these chests, although not taken the time to, like, make a proper tool to beat them with, so I guess we'll just hit them with our diamond pickaxe, right? That's how you break a chest. Fancy old diamond pickaxes. It's a little slow. Let's try hitting it with the sword repeatedly. How's that? It's weird that the whole chest texture has the, like, breaking indicator, but only half of it actually breaks. I don't know. Kind of strange, but it's okay with me. So, look at this. This whole area is going to feel so much more open now. Wonderful. And then we can go ahead and take this one. That one's completely empty. So what are we up to? 7 chests so far? Well, looks like here's 8 and 9. So, you know, that's, I guess no longer a prime number. We have sub-prime numbers of chests over here. That one I'll come back to. That one we could probably hit right now. Boom. 10, you know, that's very decimal. And 11. We are back to a prime number of chests that are completely hit. There's 4 items in this chest, and there's 4 items in my inventory. So that's actually a pretty convenient opportunity to go ahead and bring this up to an even dozen, and now to a baker's dozen. Because where are we if we are not at a bakery? I don't know where we are. Seriously, where are we, guys? Oh yeah, the nether. So, we're going to go ahead and take some of this stuff and go put it back where it belongs properly. Oh wait, that reminds me. Speaking of being distracted easily, I found this map that I started working on, but I never actually mapped the path to the, what do you call that main area of the base? The spawn. Yeah. Dang it. You were supposed to be my chance to fly. So, I was gonna say, I think that if I fly high enough up here with this map, I can actually find my way all the way to spawn chunks. Whoa. I am going a little faster and lower than I intended. But yeah, I think that lower corner there is going to be the 2018 sign. Yeah, there it is. We made it. And then we hit the ground really hard. And found a cave. This is probably a deadly cave. Ooh, hey, there's some crops to trample here. Not really, just dirt. Okay, but anyway, so the Scar's Wall is going to be partially visible on the map. And in theory, I'm kind of curious. Once again, I don't want to go through my inventory and put all this stuff where it belongs, because all of it goes in different places than the other stuff. Like the ghast tier, that's going to go in the death house, where I have my potion set up. And the beetroots are going to go in the greenhouse, because they're red. I just mostly put plants in the greenhouse. I'm kind of curious what the north corner of this map looks like. Whoa, whose base is this? Oh, actually, maybe that's one of the corners of the underground spawn building. Although I don't know if it'd be that big. And here is our wonderful games district. So once again, we are letting fun and games districts distract us from the important work at hand. Which is, you know, putting things in boxes. Is that really important work? No. Oh, it's raining again. Well, now we might as well go inside and fix everything. Dang it. Rain, rain, you're so lame. Gonna fly like an airplane. I've got a bunch of Minecraft items. Ooh, I almost ended up in the lava. Cool. Well, anyway, so let's go ahead and start storing all that stuff. I know, for example, I got a ghast tier that's gonna go over right here. Boom. Next stuff to place. Time skip. With these 4 shulker boxes, we have consolidated down the remains of the rest of these chests. And I gotta say, it's looking pretty good over here. I mean, we still have an anvil and a bunch of weird furnaces and some other stuff, but like, on the whole, this area feels a lot less under construction and a lot more overexcitable? I don't know. I'm overexcitable. I'm way more excited about this than I probably should be. But honestly, those boxes were going to sit there for weeks if I didn't do something about it. Hey, it's False. Howdy. What's up, False? Do I know where ZF's is? I think so. Wanna follow me? So I believe ZF's base is like over here somewhere. This is purely speculative. Maybe not. Maybe I have no idea. I'm not lost because I can get back from here. Alrighty, so we are going to have I was going to say a foot race back to the pig, but I guess it's more of a fireworks festival. Festival is not really a word for a competition. We're going to have a flying competition, an aerial attack, an aerial... I don't know. If you guys think of any good words for a race between people in an airplane, feel free to post it in the comments below, because I don't have one of those right now. In fact, I don't... Where is my base? I feel like it should be nearby. And, oh, dang it, False knew exactly where to go. She's totally going to get back there first. You win. Congrats. Well, anyway, I probably should wrap up the I'll try to be more helpful next time. Well, anyway, I should probably wrap up this episode here before I mislead anybody else on a wild Zadaf chase. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.